Okay, we're back on the other side of the trailer, and right now we're looking at the awning. This awning is made by a company called Fiamma. It's called the F45S. It is a crank style awning, so we're going to have to crank it out manually, and I'm going to show you how this awning cranks out. It's really easy to do, but the main point or the main thing you have to remember with this awning, it is a sunshade. So you can't have it out when it's raining or if it's windy or if the weather is inclement. So this is only intended to be a sunshade. And if you use it that way, it'll last a very long time. So, so only when it's sunny, guys. All right, to crank it out, you're going to insert the crank rod right into this eyelet and crank it out, I don't know, let's say about 8 inches, and you want to stop. It's real important not to crank it out any further than this without removing the inside legs from the inside of this canopy. So what you want to do is reach in here, pull towards the trailer, and what I'm doing is I'm grabbing hold of one of the awning legs. So once you get the first leg down, bring it all the way down to the ground and then snug it up. So snug that wing nut up just like that. So now we're going to get the second leg down, and it's going to come down just like the first one. Reach in there with your fingertips, pull it out partially, and then with your other hand you can lift it all the way down. Loosen up the wing nut, slide the leg all the way to the ground, and then snug it back up. So it's real important to get these snug because we don't want the awning to come down or come out without it being supported. So once we get the legs down, we're just going to crank it out a few inches and walk it out. So one person can do this real easy. 2 people, you know, it's a little bit quicker, but by all means, one person can do it with just in a few minutes. So just walk these out. And as we do it, we're just trying to keep it supported. So we don't want it to come out without being supported. And we're gonna run out of room here, guys, but you kind of get the idea. It'll probably come out another 2 more feet. This awning measures 10 feet by 8 feet, so it'll come out a full 8 feet. Now, when the awning is out, you can adjust these ends a little bit, so you kind of can slant them down a little bit, like that. Then there's a center support rafter that needs to be installed, and it's adjustable. So what we'll do right there, both ends are identical, so it just fits up in there like this. Now when the awning's out, you want to secure it now. So there are some stakes that come with the trailer where you can stake this in down into the ground, or you can hook it back up to the trailer itself by putting the foot in like that, lifting this top clip up, and then pushing it all the way and pushing it back down so it grabs. So there's 2 different ways to secure it. One is staking it down in the ground. The other is connecting it to the trailer itself. And so the trailers don't come standard with this awning. So the awning is an option. And you know, just like the outside shower and the TV hookups and things like that, you'll need to specify that at the time of order that you want this on your trailer. To put it back in, it's just going to be the same way but reverse. So we're going to unhitch it from the Casita, just like this. We're going to take the center rafter out, and that just lifts off. And we'll stick this out of its way, and then we'll just crank it back in the rest of the way. So crank it in a few feet, and then just kind of walk back and forth and walk the legs in. And I can't stress enough how important it is to keep it supported and keep it, you know, fairly level. So we want to be sure it's level. And then once you get it close enough to the Casita, right there about a foot out, we can put these legs away. And what you'll do is loosen the wing nut, slide it all the way to the top, and snug it back up. And then this part's real important. If you don't do this, it won't go back in the casing. This little foot has to be flipped towards you. So you can face it either way, but if it's not facing towards you, the canopy's not going to close like it's supposed to. So flip it towards you, set it up in the casing, and then come down on this end and just push it in all the way. So I'm just going to slide it back. Same with this one. Loosen the wing nut up, slide it all the way to the top, turn the little foot towards you, set it up in the canopy, and then come down on the very end and just press in. You can do it with one hand. And now you'll know it's in all the way after this little red detent is flush. So once that disappears back up into the canopy, you're going to know it's back in there like it's supposed to be. So what you're going to do is crank it, and it's going to disappear just like that. Some customers put straps around them. You don't have to. If it's incorrectly like it's supposed to, it's not going to unroll, but if you want to put a strap around it, you can. Or if that red little clip stays out, the awning isn't all the way in. It could unroll coming down the road. So there's a couple of different reasons for that little red clip not to go in. One is you don't have the leg stored properly. Two is the awning needs to be readjusted. So somewhere along the line, the awning got out of adjustment and it needs to be readjusted. So if that detent is out, yeah, you're going to want to put a strap around it to secure it because it's not locked into place.